This is Irontrader, and this is Midday Trading. So I'm going to take a look here and see what's going on with crude oil and natural gas, and we're going to stick with the old energy theme. We're going to look at the big oil ETF, XLE. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock commodity ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil daily chart, all stretched out here real nice. Okay, let's see what's going on here today. All right. So what do we have is we had this lower high, lower low situation. And then we had this bottoming tail. And then what we had here is we had a higher low and a higher high. It still was a red candle. So we were waiting for this green candle here, which was yesterday. Very nice. And you notice where it went? Right into that 8 simple moving average. That's why you want to trade the charts, because now you know where it's going to go. Now, today, it jumped back above here, and we're holding the top third portion of yesterday's candles. Very, very bullish, and we made a higher high. That's always very good. Okay, so today's high so far, what we have is 76.26. This is here is our resistance here, 76.24. You're within 2 cents. Okay, you see that yet? Within 2 freaking cents. Nice. Okay, now, next level here is going to be right here to the top of this candle, which you're looking at 77.29. And then we're going to look here at the top of this candle, which you're looking at 77.69. Then your next critical level is going to be right here, this 21 SMA here, sitting at 77.98. And then we have your 200-day right above that at 78.21. And then we have your 50-day going on right there at 78.89. This is going to become very, very tough support, because what we have now is your 21 crossed over your 100-day, your 50-day, and your 200-day. The only thing that hasn't crossed over here is your 8-day. However, we look at that, as long as we can hold this 8-day here on a closing basis, this is very, very bullish. And if you look at this 8-day here, it looks like it wants to level off here, just like this price channel did when we hit that 71.67 level. Okay, so this is very, very bullish here. The key is, as long as it holds this 8-day at 75.42. Now, I pointed out here, right here, you have a positive divergence. We had a low, and then we had a lower low right here, okay? But we have just a little bit higher low. Now, you can barely see it, but it's just a little bit higher, and that's a positive divergence here on the Okutski. Now, what we had here, we had that green crossover to red. That's always bearish. That shows momentum to the downside. But now look at this, how it's trying to curl back up here and get above that red. Very, very nice. Now, if we can get a good close above, and then we can start getting that spread between the green and the red, that will give us something on this kind of order here to the upside. But right now, this is looking very, very good. The key is going to be here is holding this 75.41 on a closing basis. That's the key. And so today, what you want to do is just watch right there. That was the key, 76.24. And then we're going to look right here to the next one. That's 77.29 level. And then just work yourself all the way up 77.69 until we hit this 21-day here, and maybe even possibly this 200-day at 78.21. And then we have to see what the reaction is when it gets there, like this here, okay? So we had that 3 downtrend days, and then we had the reversal candle here, reversal, okay? We had a higher high, higher low here, and then where to go? Right into it, and it stopped at dead in its tracks, okay? So you got to always watch these here. Just because it gets all the way up here doesn't mean it's going to blast through. It could come down very quick, or it could blast right through all of that here, just like what we had situation here. So we got to see. The key is, what is the reaction, what happens if and when it gets there. Now, again, don't expect this thing to go straight up here. This looks like it wants to be a layer situation where we could be like this, where you just make a little bit higher highs as you take it right on up here, okay? Same way with here. See how it is? It's just little higher highs. It doesn't have to be one big blast like that or there, okay? So for today, watch this 75.41 on a closing basis. Very, very key. And then watch today's high, 76.26. Again, we get above that, your target is going to be that 21-day sitting right there at 77.98. Okay, let's take a look here at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas. Now, really good trading in the UNG. Okay, so I said watch that 8-day, went right into it. Then we had the 8-day, 21-day, and now you're above it. UNG is a trade. I'm still long in the trade, okay? So you had a really good zone there today, 1343 on the bottom and 1434 here so far. And what I'm looking for here, like today's high, what do we have? Is you got 2.1 2.167. So you just look right to the chart here. What do we have here? 2.15, obviously above that. Right there, 2.17, okay? That's your resistance level. And right here, you're just below 2.167, 2.17. Now, again, if we can escalate through this, here's your target going to be right there at 2.22. That's going to be very, very key. And then if we get above it, look for the top of this candle here at 2.27. That's going to be your next level. And then we're going to look for this 200 SMA here sitting at 2.36. So far right now on UNG, I am long, and I'm still long on the situation. Now, the EIA report came out here for natty gas, and actually was pretty good. They're expecting a build of 26 billion cubic feet. It came in at 21 billion cubic feet. Previous was 18 billion cubic feet. But again, it looks like it's getting a little bit better here on the old natty gas here. Now remember, seasonality, first week of September here is we're looking to buy this here and then run it all the way into the second week of December, okay? But I am ready long this, and what I'm doing is I'm just trading this bad boy, hopefully right into this 100 simple moving average. Very, very nice. Now, weeks ago, I pointed out right here. This was your first tail. See this? Positive divergence. As this is rolling down, this is going up. See the lows? See how that goes up? Positive diversion. That's a tail, okay? Same way with your MACD. Now you sell and sell and sell and sideways. Now look at here. You got into this oversold condition, and now what you got here is your green is starting to go above your red. Very, very nice. Now what we need is this spread between that. Once it starts spreading out like that, that'll rally that bad boy up higher. So we have a lot of nice targets. Now, downside, always want to look at the downside. Okay, right here, we want to close above this 2.10 on a closing basis. Very, very key. And then your next level right below that, obviously, is 2.04. But when you look at this 8-day, you can see what's happening. See how it's rolling up here? Now we get this 8-day to cross above that 21-day. This is what happens when it crosses above that 21-day. Then you start getting that, see that big spread that it's getting? And look how nice that was, rally all the way on up here, okay? So that's what we're looking for. So far, we got 4 days here of a really nice all green candles. So now what we're doing is we're looking for this Hondo right here. So that's your upside. And then watch this 21-day, 2.10. That's your downside. If it's lost, right there's your target at the old 8 simple moving average. Looking very, very good here on the old natty gas. Okay, let's take a look here at Big Oil ETF XLE. Okay, here we have Big Oil ETF. Now, this is my favorite trade if you're trading the Big Oil. It has Exxon, Mobil, Chevron, Schlumberger, you name it, it's in here. Plus, this pays a dividend. I believe it's about 3.25% to 3.5% for the dividend on this here. This is an easy way to trade Big Oil because a lot of times, okay, now remember, in the United States here, we have the U.S. election going on here. It's going to be coming here in November. So one party's talking for oil. The other party says, no, we want to get rid of all fracking and we got to have all electric and all everything. So again, you know, you have to, this is an easy way to trade. So if they target Exxon or Chevron or whatever, this is more of a nice sweet basket of the whole 9 yards, plus it pays a dividend. Now you can see when oil sold off here, this sold off here. So what we're looking for is the top of this candle is 94.51, okay? Then we had the top of this candle, which is 94.14. See this? This is a double top situation. So when you see that, and then the next day you see the red candle, you got to get the hell out of that trade because that is going to be a double top and she is coming on down. Just like what we had here. See how we ran all the way up here, okay? So the high there was a 98.47. We had 98.97. You say, oh, it's a higher high. That don't mean dick, okay? Because it couldn't hold that. It couldn't hold the top of that candle. It popped up. You know, got a lot of longs probably in there, think it's going to 100. And then what happened? It just fell right off the market here. So see, always look for these chart patterns. Now, if you want to learn about chart patterns or candlesticks, just go on my playlist. It's all right there. I got different videos there of chart patterns, candlesticks. Gives you a good broad idea of exactly what's going on. Now, what we had here is we had this indecision candle going here. Then we had a nice green candle. And then we had this red candle. But you notice it went above the 200-day, but it could not hold that 200-day. So this is where we are right now. So the key here is what we need to hold. Let's just take a look at this, okay? So you really need to hold. Let me see if I can get them in there. Yes. Okay. 88.51, that's your 200-day. We need to hold that on a closing basis, okay? That is the key. You can see where yesterday, where it popped up, but it couldn't hold it on the closing basis. So that's what we're looking for here today, 88.51. Now, again, if that's lost here, then we can just follow these candles on down here, okay? So look at the high of that, 87.96 here, okay? We look here at the low of this, 87.58. Then we can just follow the lows down, 87.28. We have 86.43, and then your retest down here is 85.47. So we just follow these candles all the way down until we get the retest if this thing decides to sell off. Now, again, if we can hold this key 200 SMA here at that 88.51 here, then what you want to do is we want to look here at that 8 SMA, because that's going to be your next resistant level right there. That's going to be 89.34, and then right above it, we got it's real tight here. Okay, you got 90.47, and then we have your 21-day at 90.79. Now, again, if you can get above this resistant levels here, then we're going to be shooting for that 92.41, and then your retest up there at 94.51 here. So let's just see how this all shakes out here. But just watch this. If you are trading this here, watch that 200-day on a closing basis. And then upside, we know where it's going to go. You got that 8-day first, and then we have your 50-day. You have your 21-day here, and then you can rally up to your 100-day, and then we have the retest. Downside, we just follow the candles here all the way down until you get to your bottom there is at 85.47. Now, again, as I say, this is, you can trade Exxon and Mobil and all that kind of stuff, but this is always one of my favorite trades here. I always buy this right here. See this area right here, right after the first of the year, and then I just run this here long. And then what I do, that's long trade. I don't really mess with it that much, and until we can get topped out here. And then what I do is then I just trade this. Okay, this ETF. Okay, it's more of a trader, but really, this is the time that you want to buy this is right after the first of the year. If say you just want to, hey, I just want to buy this and take a long trade, this here is good. UGA for the gasoline ETF, that is good. Crude oil is all good. That there you want to just don't buy natural gas because that's where it's going to be coming down. But this is the time that's where you want to buy this is after the first year and just let that bad boy run up here. And then when you see this double top situation, get the hell out of the trade. And then we just trade this all the way on through. Okay, that's what I got for you. A little crude ski, a little natty gas, a little bit of big oil. Now I'll be back here after the old pit close, and we'll go a little bit more in depth on crude oil and natural gas. And remember, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.